But one thing I will say that is really becoming an issue, and I'm going to be kind of comical, and I'm also going to be kind of serious with this, but white girls with fat asses is killing the black community right now. It really is, okay? Because nothing against black women. Like I said, I love black women. Even though I think I have a weird, I wouldn't say fetish for, like, you know, older black women, you know, like a Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, Regina Hall, you know. I love Regina Hall, okay? Regina King, you know, just the older ones. But, or even if I go younger, even someone like Lauren London or Joy Bryant, you know, I have a whole catalog of black women I'm just in love with. But it's something about someone that's my age, seeing a white girl with a fat ass where it's like, damn. And especially if they know what to do with it, if they know how to just throw that ass where I can catch it, if they know how to twerk, that is honest. I'm sorry, all the black guys that I know, no knock on black women, but if we see a white girl, especially if I see a white girl with a fat ass with a white dude, he ain't hitting it right. I'm sorry. That's just me and the squad. That's just how we look at it. It's like, you know, we always take white guys as being, you know, breast men. You know, like, oh yeah, I love big titties. Where if you talk to a nigga, we like, give me a fat ass. Like day one, just give me a fat ass. So I think with white girls now getting into more like twerking, squat life, that kind of is threatening black women when it comes to black men. And I know with you, I know we've talked plenty of times where all the white girls that I know that are dating a minority, I'm not going to say black, but dating a minority, they always say they're just more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, they're more comfortable about their weight, you know, just the things that they do. They just feel more comfortable being with a minority where, you know, like I said, I'm not speaking for every white girl. Obviously, I'm not a white girl. But all the white girls that I know that have dated white guys felt like they had to be pencil thin.
Mm-hmm.
They had to watch what they eat, watch what they say. They felt like they were controlling. How do you feel about that? Because I wouldn't know.
I agree with that. I know when before I got married, especially my one ex-boyfriend, he used to tell me I was fat all the time. I weighed maybe 140 pounds.
Which to us, that's thick. That's the right size. That's what I'm not going to hold on to.
And he was like, oh, because I would be like, oh, let's go get food. And he's like, you're going to get a salad, right? And I'm like, no. I felt like I had to have this Barbie look to me. I had to always wear makeup. I had to always have my hair done. I had to always be thin. I couldn't hit over a certain weight or be like, okay, go to the gym. I agree with you. I feel more comfortable. Like, my husband doesn't care what I look like. I mean, obviously, if I hit 600 pounds, he might have a little bit of an issue. But, you know, because when I met him, I was bigger. I'm never going to be teeny tiny. That's just how I'm built. And with him, he doesn't care. As long as I'm happy, he's happy. And that's how, you know, when I was dating black guys, that's how they were too. They're like,
exactly.
As long as you are happy, I'm happy, you know. As long as you contribute something to this relationship more than materialistic things, I'm good. And I'm like, you know, that really made me think, you know, that's true. Because it's not about, not to generalize, which, you know, I did just say, but it's true. More black men are all about spending time with them and doing things with them. It's not about money. It's not about how you look. It's not about how much you make. It's about what you can contribute to a relationship. And that's, I mean, now there are some women that are like that too. Don't get me wrong, you know. But as a whole, I agree with you. I am right there.
Well, the way I look at it is, it's very funny that it seems like, you know, when you see a black guy with a white girl, that's kind of the norm, you know, especially like where we're from, you know, we really don't hesitate that much. But what's really becoming, you know, eye-opening, like, oh my God type thing is when you see a white guy with a black woman.
Yes.
Everyone freaks out when you see that. It's like, oh my God, you know, this white guy is with a black woman. One person I really look up to is Maximilian Cooper. For those of you who don't know, Maximilian Cooper, he is British. You know, he runs the Gumball 3000. His wife is Eve. A lot of people don't know that. You know, she spends a lot of her time in London. She's married to a white guy who I've met both of them, and Maximilian Cooper is cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? I give respect to him, but the way I look at it is, I feel the reason why you see so many black men with white women, they're usually younger to start off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being compatible or being with someone that, you know, I'm 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about me personally. I'm talking about settling down now. You know, I'm not gonna go out there and hold myself out. Like, how many women do I need to say I'm the shit? You know, all I need is one to say that. It just so happens I just vibe better with white women, with the things I talk about, the way that I talk, my upbringing. That's just what I relate to most. But I feel like when you see a white guy with a black woman, usually they're in their 30s. They're a little bit older because they're more career focused first at their younger age. Then when they get older, it just so happens that black women, it just seems like they're more career oriented in their 20s. Same with white guys, and they end up getting together in their 30s. Where not saying that black men and white women aren't career oriented when they're younger. They just want to start off their family. Usually, it seems younger now. So I think that's where that's how I see it.
Yeah, we had a customer come in, a young couple. I think they were maybe sophomore year of college. He was white and she was black, and everyone was like, all the other customers were looking at him, and I was like, oh, it's not a big deal. But people I think you're right. They make a bigger thing about white man and black woman than black man and white woman, and I just don't understand why. Everyone's like, oh, I'm like, okay, it's just another person. They're people. They are people, and because you don't like you were saying the other day, people it'll be in the news, oh, this white man ended up with this black woman, but if a black guy was with a white woman, there's nothing about it.
This is also going to be kind of funny too. I know our listeners are really going to take this the wrong way, but trust me, I'm not trying to make this a racial thing, even though we're talking about interracial dating. But this is rude humor, so I can say what I want to. But I think it's very funny. Every white guy that I see with a black woman, he is the dopest, well-dressed white dude I've ever seen in my life. His swag is on point. He's very stylish. He's just on point. When I see a white guy with a white woman, say the image I see is a white guy with a white woman. He's balding, has a Porsche. You know what I'm saying? He's usually about 5'6". She's with you for your money, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because me being a black man, I think we're the shit. I think we're the cream of the crop. Now I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, we're beaters or we're broke. We'll mess up your credit. I don't know what black guys you're talking about. Maybe you just got this personal vendetta against certain black guys. You're probably a white guy that got your girl. She probably got taken by a black dude. But considering, me, I'm 6 feet, I'm very athletic build. All I did was play sports all the time. I'm very into fashion. I love going to the mall. So if you're a woman, I'm the one hey, you trying to go to the mall? Let's go spend some money. Let's go see some nice cars. Let's talk about shoes. I'm a shoe fanatic. I'm trying to have, a room full of shoes. So I feel like with black men, you're getting security. Every white girl that I know that's dated a black guy is always like, oh, I feel somewhat so secure around him. Usually you see some big ass niggas with this little ass fun sized white girl. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna run up on him. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Especially if he's a football sized build or a basketball build. You ain't gotta worry about that. Black men will also tell you about sports. They'll also tell you about fashion, and we'll still be straight.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it. You can find a straight black male that'll talk about sports and fashion in the same sentence. And there'd be nothing wrong with it. Where I feel like with a lot of white guys, it's money. So all they talk about is money. I don't really know that many white guys that date white girls that are that the guy is fashionable. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't see it where it's. I'm sorry. It just seems sometimes when you see a fashionable white guy, you automatically assume that he's gay, which I know that's completely wrong. But that's a stigma that a lot of people see.
Yeah.
So that goes back to my point when I see a white girl with a fat ass. If I see her with a white dude, he ain't hitting it right. That's me. He ain't hitting it right. He don't know what to do with all that ass. Come on now.
Yeah, true. And I mean, because I know, when I was seeing white guys, I would look really nice, and then he would be in sweatpants and a nasty shirt. I'm like, really? We're going out in public and you're looking like that. Now, I go out in yoga pants a lot, and I have a t-shirt, but not if I'm going out somewhere. I'll put on jeans, I'll put on a nice shirt, I'll put on at least a little bit of makeup. I want to look presentable. I don't want to look like a bum.
But the thing is, I am guilty of this because sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on, okay? There are some white girls where I'm like, you are sexy as fuck in your Victoria's Secret pink yoga pants. And you don't even have to have a fat ass, just that nice, perfect yoga butt, 2 honey buns just sitting there. I can hold and caress. I can lay my head on it. Just perfect. And, you'll have your little, OSU hoodie on or whatever college from.
Yeah,
and the messy bun is my Achilles heel. You got a cute little messy bun and I'm smashing. That's just how I am. That's what I look for. Like I said, this is rude humor, and at the end of every show, I always got to give my, it really grinds my gears, especially going to interracial couples. I don't like that as a black male in America now. If you see me with a white woman, that doesn't mean I only like white women. That just means I may vibe with that individual more often. You may see me with an Asian woman. You may see me with an Indian woman, even an African woman, because that kind of is still outside my race if I'm African American. There's still a little bit of difference there, okay? All I'm saying is to my young black women out there, if you see a black guy with a white woman, don't criticize him and criticize the woman. Just step your game up. Because if you step your game up, you're a woman. You set the standards. So as we keep seeing a lot of these young black women get with these thugs and niggas that don't have any credit, or they don't have a 401k, or they don't have an insurance plan, let me tell you this. That drug dealer right now may look really cute and really attractive, but come and tell me a drug dealer that's 40 years old. And I'll wait, and I'll change my point of view. But you don't have to automatically assume that if you see a black man with a white woman, that he only likes white women. I do know there are black men out there that only like white women, but that's not all of us. But thank you for listening to today's show. Thank you for coming by, Fiona.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome, and this is Rude Humor. You know to hear here every Friday. Hope you guys have a great evening.